Good afternoon to all of you, and welcome to our South Carolina Public Service Commission weekly business meeting. It is approximately 2 o'clock. Today is Thursday, September 12th. And before we begin, I would ask, please join me in a moment of silent reflection. Thank you very much. All commissioners are present here in the hearing room. And Mr. Scarborough, the floor is yours.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, Chair Powers, Vice Chair Williams, and Commissioners. First order of business is to set the next regularly scheduled Commission business meeting. Staff recommends that the next meeting be set for Thursday, September 19th, 2024, but at 9 o'clock a.m.
Next business meeting will be September 19th. Did you say 9 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
9 o'clock a.m.
Thank you. Today we have 10 items on the utilities agenda and 17 items on the transportation agenda. Item number 1 appears in docket number 2024-14C. This item involves various requests for certification to use high-cost universal service funds to the Federal Communications Commission and to the Universal Service Administrative Company.
Having heard item 1 is presented by Mrs. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Chair Powers, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Williams, you have the floor.
Thank you. I move that the Commission grant the request for certification of the high-cost universal service funds under all applicable laws and direct staff to file the certification letter with the Federal Communications Commission and the Universal Service Administrative Company for the carriers properly certifying appropriate use of high-cost funds for calendar year 2024 and certifying that the eligible telecommunications carrier will use high-cost funds appropriately in the coming year to complete capital projects and to cover operational expenses required by the associated towers. As provided by the Office of Regulatory Staff on August 15th, 2024, this certification letter shall include those carriers that receive high-cost support through the Rural Digital Opportunity Fund or the Connect America Fund. The Commission certification letter to the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, and the Universal Service Administration Company, USAC, must reference Federal Communications Commission, WC docket number 14-58. A list of these carriers shall be attached to this directive order as Exhibit A. I so move.
Thank you. We've all heard the motion by Commissioner Williams. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? There are none. Motion carries.
Item number 2 is in docket number 2019-258C. This is a letter for information only from Vero Fiber Networks, LLC, providing notification of the consummation of a minor equity sale of VFN Holdings, Incorporated, which is the parent company of Vero Fiber Networks, LLC, on August the 8th, 2024.
As to item 2, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
Thank you. I move that the Commission accept for information the notice filed by Vero Fiber Networks, LLC, Vero Fiber, about the minor equity sale of VFN Holdings, Incorporated, occurring on August the 8th, 2024. VFN Holdings, Incorporated is the direct parent company to Vero Fiber and is also owned and managed by the same owners and management of Vero Fiber. There was no transfer of the Certificate of Public Convenience and Necessity granted to Vero Fiber by the Commission on November the 25th, 2019 in order number 2019-778. Nor was there any transfer of the control of Vero Fiber. There is no change in the rates, terms, conditions of service, or identity of the company holding the CPCN or providing service. This sale does not make any change to the day-to-day services of Vero Fiber. So move.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no opposition, the motion passes.
Item number 3 is in docket number 2024-245E. This is a request from Dominion Energy South Carolina for confidential treatment of Appendix C of the company's application for Certificate of Environmental Compatibility and Public Convenience and Necessity for the construction and operation of Ritter Yemassee 230 kilovolt line number 2, Kennedy's Ritter 230 kilovolt line, and associated facilities.
Having heard item 3, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belser.
thank you. I move that the commission grant the request of Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated seeking confidential treatment of Appendix C to the company's application for a Certificate of Environmental Compatibility and Public Convenience and Necessity for the construction and operation of the Ritter Yemassee 230 kV line number 2, the Kennedy's Ritter 230 kV line, and associated facilities.
Thank you, Commissioner Belser. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Belser, is any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion carries.
Item number 4 is in docket number 2024-9E. This is a motion for confidential treatment of Exhibits 1 and 2 of the joint comments filed on behalf of the South Carolina Coastal Conservation League, South Carolina Alliance for Clean Energy, and Sierra Club.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. As to item number 4, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers,
Commissioner Caston.
I move that the commission grant request of South Carolina Coastal Conservation League, Southern Alliance for Clean Energy, and Sierra Club for confidential treatment of Exhibits 1 and 2 of the joint comments dated August 26, 2024.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. Motion carries.
Item number 5 appears in docket number 2024-230G. Staff recommends that this item be carried over.
Thank you.
Item number 6 is in docket number 2019-108G. This is notice of acceptance for filing of the 48th Amendment to the agreement between Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated and the United States Department of Defense for Fort Jackson, and a request for confidential treatment of the agreement.
As to item 6, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belser.
thank you. I move that the commission accept for filing the 48th Amendment to the contract between Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated and the United States Department of Defense at Fort Jackson. I further move that the commission grant Dominion's request for confidential treatment of those portions of the amendment designated as commercially sensitive and proprietary.
Thank you, Commissioner Belser. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries.
Item number 7 is in docket number 2024-204G. This is a letter from Piedmont Natural Gas Company providing notification that the company has met the stabilization and control metrics for its new customer information system installation, and that it does not need the extension of the waiver of late payment charges.
As to item number 7, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the commission accept for filing the letter from Piedmont Natural Gas Company Incorporated advising that the company has met the stabilization criteria and control metrics regarding the implementation of its new customer information system. The company further states that it can resume its normal billing practice of assessing late payment charges where applicable, and that the extension of the late payment charges waiver is not necessary and can end as scheduled with the Cycle 1 bills in September of 2024 per Commission Order Number 2024-515.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? If not, we'll proceed to a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Hearing none, the motion carries.
Item number 8 appears in docket number 2024-3E. This is a request from the Office of Regulatory Staff for confidential treatment of the testimony and exhibits of Brandon S. Bickley.
So item number 8, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belser.
I move that the commission grant the request of the Office of Regulatory Staff for confidential treatment of the pre-file testimony and exhibits of Brandon S. Bickley. The material for which the protection is sought was marked as confidential in the discovery process. This grant of protection is being afforded pursuant to South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-4-55A and will continue until the utility agrees that that such information is no longer confidential or upon further order of the commission.
Thank you, Commissioner Belzer. The motion has been made by Commissioner Belzer. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes.
Item number 9 is in docket number 2024-247W. This is a motion for waiver of notice from Upstate Water Resources Incorporated concerning an internal transfer of stock.
Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair Williams, you have the floor.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission, grant the request of Upstate Water Resources Incorporated for a waiver of notice by publication or by mail regarding its internal transfer of stock. Waiver of this requirement would not adversely affect the public interest and is allowed pursuant to Regulation 103-7013. Again, that's Regulation 103-701.3. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair Williams. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. The motion carries.
Item number 10 is in dockets numbered 2023-8E and 2023-10E. This is a motion for admission pro hoc vici of Kristen M. Athens, Esquire, filed on behalf of Duke Energy Carolinas, LLC, and Duke Energy Progress, LLC.
As to item number 10, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner C. Williams, you have the floor.
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the motion of Duke Energy Carolinas LLC and Duke Energy Progress LLC for pro hoc vici admission of Kristen M. Athens, Esquire, in docket numbers 2023-8-E and 2023-10-E.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Williams, is there any further discussion? If not, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by no? Hearing none, the motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, that completes the utilities agenda before the commission. Moving on to the motor carrier agenda, in Part A, we have 7 applications for new Class C certificates. And these items can be taken together. Item A1 is in docket number 2024-238T, which is the application of Attentive Angels Transport, LLC, for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item A2 appears in docket number 2024-239T. This is the application of Royalty Express Transportation, LLC, for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item A3 is in docket number 2024-240T, which is the application of Herbert Harrison for a Class C taxi certificate. Item A4 is in docket number 2024-241T, which is the application of Paris Logistics, LLC, for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item A5 is in docket number 2024-242T, which is the application of Cloud9 Transportation, LLC, for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item A6 is in docket number 2024-243T. This is the application of the Beast Excursions, LLC, doing business as Hop On Adventures, for a Class C charter bus certificate. And item A7 appears in docket number 2024-246T, which is the application of A1 Transit, LLC, for a Class C non-emergency certificate.
Having heard items A1 through A7 as presented by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Chair Powers, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Williams.
I move that the commission approve the applications for Class C certificates in item numbers A1 through A7 as identified by Mr. Scarborough. A directive order will be issued for each application in the respective dockets.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Williams as to A1 through A7, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries.
In Part B of the transportation agenda, we have two requests to amend certificates that can be taken together. Item B1 is in docket number 2004-291T, which is a request from Dolores Davis, Robert Williams, and Emma Green, doing business as Easy Riding Shuttle and Limousine Service, to amend Class C Charter Certificate number 7499 to read Easy Riding Shuttle and Limousine Partnership, LLC. Item B2 is in docket number 2014-120T. This is a request from Carolina Taxi, LLC, doing business as Carolina Taxi, to amend Class C Taxi Certificate number 8938 to read Carolina Taxi, LLC, doing business as Access Carolina Taxi Service and Parcel Delivery.
Having heard items B1 and B2, is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the commission amend the name of the motor carrier on its Class C certificate and item numbers B1 and B2 as identified by Mr. Scarborough. A directive order will be issued for each request to amend the motor carrier's Class C certificate in each respective docket.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we will vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries.
In Part C of the transportation agenda, we have four requests for reinstatement of certificates that also can be taken together. Item C1 is in docket number 2010-60T, which is a request from Benny Brown Limousine Service, LLC, for reinstatement of Class C Charter Certificate number 8238-A. Item C2 is in docket number 2022-349T, which is a request from Platinum Executive Coaches, LLC, for reinstatement of Class C Charter Certificate number 9758. Item C3 is in docket number 2022-274T, which is a request from Royal Limousine and Transportation, LLC, for reinstatement of Class C Charter Certificate number 9739. And item C4 is in docket number 2009-520T, which is a request from Philip M. King Sr. for reinstatement of Class C Taxi Certificate number 8219.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. Having heard items C1 through C4 as presented by Mr. Scarborough, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers,
Commissioner Caston, you have the floor.
I move that the commission reinstate the Class C certificate and rescind order number 2024-533 as it pertains to the motor carriers in item numbers C1 through C4 as identified by Mr. Scarborough. A directive order will be issued for each request to amend the motor carrier's Class C certificate in each respective docket.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Is there any further discussion? If not, we'll vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? There are none. The motion carries.
In Part D of the transportation agenda, we have two requests for extensions of time. Item D1 is in docket number 2023-256T, which is a request from Precise Transportation and Logistics, LLC, for a 12-month extension of time to comply with Commission rules and regulations.
Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chair,
These are being handled separately.
Yes, sir, we're going to handle these separately.
All right. Vice Chair Williams, you have the floor.
thank you, sir. Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission deny the request of Precise Transportation and Logistics, LLC, for additional 12-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations pursuant to paragraph 5 of Exhibit A to order number 2023-611, granting the authority to provide motor carrier services, which was issued on August 31st, 2023. The applicant's failure to complete the certification process by complying with the filing requirements within 90 days or requesting and obtaining from the commission additional time to comply with the requirements of the commission order renders the order null and void. Precise Transportation and Logistics, LLC received a 3-month extension of time in order number 2023-857, which provided the motor carrier until February 29th, 2024 to comply with commission rules and regulations. Precise Transportation and Logistics, LLC received another extension of time for 6 months in order number 2024-189 as it requested, which provided the motor carrier until August 27th, 2024 to comply with Commission rules and regulations. More than a year has passed since Precise Transportation and Logistics LLC filed its application for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Order number 2023-6-11 is now null and void. While the request for additional time cannot be granted, Precise Transportation Logistics LLC is not precluded from filing a new application with the Commission with updated information when the applicant is ready to comply with all Commission rules and regulations. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair Williams. Is there any further discussion? If not, we will vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item D2 appears in docket number 2024-50T, which is a request from Touch by Angels Transportation LLC for a 3-month extension of time to comply with Commission rules and regulations.
As to item D2, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission grant the request of Touch by Angels Transportation LLC for a 3-month extension of time until December 2nd, 2024 to comply with commission rules and regulations. So moved.
We've heard the motion by Vice Chair Williams. Any further discussion? If not, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. The motion carries.
In Part E of the Transportation Agenda, we have one request to amend the bill of lading. Item E1 is in docket number 2015-93T, which is a request from Timmy Hayes Moving LLC to amend its bill of lading.
As to item E1, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carolyn Williams.
Thank you. I move that the Commission approve the revised amended bill of lading filed on September 9th, 2024 by Timmy Hayes Moving LLC. The company is directed to file a copy of the final printed version of its revised bill of lading with the Commission and the Office of Regulatory Staff within 10 days of receiving the revised bill of lading from the printer.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Is there any discussion? If not, we will vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. The motion carries.
Finally, in Part F of the Transportation Agenda, we have one request to cancel a certificate. Item F1 appears in docket number 2023-171T. This is a request from Major Motion LLC to cancel Class C non-emergency certificate number 9858.
As to item F1, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers,
Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the Commission grant the request of Major Motion LLC to cancel its Class C non-emergency certificate number 9858.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Any discussion? If not, we'll proceed to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, this concludes all business notice before the Commission today.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. Before we adjourn, I would like to thank all of our staff for the hard work preparing for some upcoming cases, and we hope everyone has a safe and hopefully dry weekend. We are adjourned.